Well, good afternoon and welcome everybody live to Portugal. This is the 19th Algarve Cup. We've reached the final match of the group stage here, and we've got a great game coming up as Germany meet Sweden, with the winners going through to meet either Japan, the world champions, or the USA in the final. Well, Sweden have certainly had the edge in terms of goal difference and goals scored. Both Germany and Sweden have beaten China and Iceland. It hasn't been that taxing in the opening couple of games here, but now they finally get down to the serious stuff, the serious business. These two last met in Hamburg last October. Germany won on that occasion by 1-0, a score by Alex Popp. And many of the names will be familiar to you from the World Cup finals just over a year ago. Although this German team is going through a stage of transition, there'll be some new names, some new players, as indeed there will be with the Swedes. The conditions, a little bit windy, but absolutely perfect. And what a magnificent playing surface that we've got out there. We're waiting for some confirmation on who's in the starting lineups today. Brian Hamilton is alongside me. These are two of the big names in the women's game. Germany still hurting a bit after hosting that World Cup final and going out in the quarter-final stages. They're rebuilding a bit.
Well, there's no doubt about it. These are two very strong sides, and I feel this kind of a setting's perfect for them. The pitch is magnificent. It's a beautiful day and everything to play for. Sweden, they need to draw. They draw, they get through. Germany, they need to score goals. They need to win the game. So it's set up beautifully for what should be a very good game.
Right, let's get a quick look at the team lineups there, and as we said, names that are familiar to you. Loris Shalin, who made it into the FIFA team of the tournament with a selection of outstanding displays. She does make the starting lineup there today. Douglas Fischer, Denibro Svensson also in the lineup. And this then is the German team. Now this has been little change actually, certainly in the back four that we've got to know over the last couple of years. Kran, Henning, Peder. Bresnik has also been playing in there as well. Let's have a quick look down there. Yeah, Bresnik, Bettinger, Kran, Babette Peder, Bianca Schmidt are in there. Mbabi playing just in front. Bettinger playing wide on the left-hand side. Gösling and Odebrecht anchoring the midfield. There's our referee then for today. The captain for Germany, Melanie Bettinger. Captain for the Swedes, Nila Fischer. There's Deneby, who's enjoyed a great last 24 months in not only qualifying for that with those World Cup finals, playing so magnificently. This is a lady that was under big pressure to produce. She failed. Something she's still a little lucky to have a job at all here. There is Odebrecht, who will be playing alongside Gösling in the middle of that German field. It's basically 4-2-3-1 with one forward up front, which has rotated between Alex Popp and Sonja Mittag. In goal for Sweden today, Kristin Hammarström. And we're just about ready to go then. And Mbabi standing over the ball. I'll tell you what, Brad, I've got a problem with the PA. They had it with the national anthem.
Need to put a euro in the meter, I think. Never mind. It's all about the football.
And we're off and running. So as we said, Germany have had the better of recent meetings. In fact, they've had the better of historical meetings too. This is the 20th meeting between the two. Germany have won 13. And they have lost 6. There has never been a draw between these two teams. As Bianca Schmidt. We'll see in action in the Women's Champions League, which coverage resumes in a couple of, well, next week actually. Turbine Potsdam, she's part of that team. She might have struck the hand there of Sophia Jakobsen. 5 there is Caroline Seeger. Here's Beringer. Good strong run this from Mbabi. Resnick waiting on the back post. Mbabi's made space again.
Yeah, it's a good start from Germany. Very bright, very quick under the ball, good passing. 1 or 2 attacks so far.
Melanie Beringer, in fact, is the top scoring player for the Germans on the field today, with 22 goals in her 76 appearances. She's the most experienced of the players out there. Before there is Babette Peter. This is Bianca Schmidt. Again, settling into a nice possession rhythm here, the Germans.
They really have started well. Good passing, a little bit of urgency about them. They're passing so well, they're keeping the ball. The Swedes really haven't got the grips with the ball at all yet. They need to get on the ball to pass and play, bring people in. Germany looking very calm, very composed, and really up for the game.
Again, using the full width of this field. That's a beautifully timed ball. Just took a touch there off of Charlotte Rolin.
Rolin did well. Really get back. She'd lost Matag. Matag got the beautiful pass through. And you just felt there she just needed to go on her left foot. She wanted to go on her right foot. All of a sudden, a second it took, the chance was gone.
She replaced Popp for the game against China. Germany only scored 1 goal from open play. They might get another one here. And Sweden a little slow to get into their groove. Sembrant then with the clearance.
Yeah, good corner kick. I felt that was a training ground one. The delay, the players going short. You see, coming round from the back, Ovenbrack, and almost got onto it.
Traditionally strong from set plays, of course. And again, plenty to aim at in there. And in the end, it was Melanie Beringer.
Well, poor marking from Sweden. Beringer got 5 yards of space inside the 18, and you don't, or you shouldn't get that kind of space in the box. You couldn't really do anything really definite with it. You just had to try and help it on, and half a chance. But this is what Sweden need to do. They need to keep the ball, shuttle the ball across, bring people into play. You know, give their game a little bit of confidence.
Was Rolin. That wasn't a great ball, that by Rolin.
Well, you see the Germans very disciplined with their defensive line, as you say, like almost a 4-2-4 going into a 4-4-2. So as soon as they lose the ball, they're getting good shape and just inviting the Swedes to try and pass through them.
Sembrant was who gave the ball away then. 20 there is Hammarström. Shenin, you can see his belly touch the ball so far. Picked up that time by Gosling. This is Babette Perez. Beringer is offering herself in support. Just overhit that. Good combination between Beringer and Babette Perez. We're used to seeing Thunebro playing in that position. This is Shirley. One of the leading players in the world over the last 15 months or so. Lotta Shirley.
Well, she's strong. She's up there almost isolated. You can see trying to use a little bit of brute force and ignorance to get on the ball, and certainly making the German players aware that she's on the pitch. But she needs better service. She needs a supply to get the very best from her.
Past the 100 cap mark in the opening game in this competition. That was Henning. They're finding an awful lot of space attacking down this left-hand flank of the Germans. Gonna have to tighten up. Svensson. Of 5 there is Caroline Seeger.
Well, you see, she's getting a lot of the ball, and she's really getting no support up there, and that's what she's going to need if she's going to try and make something happen. Schilling's a good mover along the line, and that makes her an easy target. But as I say, when the Swedish players get the ball and they pass it up to her, they're going to have to, certainly from the middle of the park, get up, support, get into the box to give themselves half a chance.
There's Nila Fischer, the captain. Plenty of presence in there for the Swedes. Jakobsen was close to it. Couldn't get much of a connection on the ball, but they'll stay forward. Shelley waving her arms, wanted a quick ball played in there. Looking on the back post is Rolin, but she isn't going to connect there either.
Sambrandt there got herself up on the far post. The ball in was decent. 2 yellow shirts against 1 white, but the keeper very quickly off her line.
That was Gosling. And again, easily dispossessed in the middle of the field. And Mbabi's had a good start to this game.
Yeah, both teams guilty of poor control, poor passing. But we said at the start, Germany had settled into a pattern very quickly. Now we see Sweden getting on the ball, passing and playing, and maybe, you know, gaining in confidence from that.
Seeger, that was an under-hit back pass. That Sembrandt. This is Rolin. Bit too predictable. It's Mbabi who picks it up. Breznik goes out, looking for possession on the flank. This is Breznik. Mijak waiting in the penalty area for Breznik to make the cross. She got support from Bianca Schmidt, but good defending in the end from Hammerström.
Yeah, Hammerström didn't really have to do very much. All she had to do was stand still and wait for Breznik just to make a mistake. But you can see both teams have been very well coached. They understand the game. They pass the ball quite well. They take it on the back foot. They shuttle it across. Women's football really has risen in terrific fashion.
18 there is Fischer. It was Sjögren.
That's the problem for Sweden at the moment. They've actually had a little bit of possession, certainly shuttle it across the back, played it in the middle of the park, but unfortunately they haven't been able to give a good service to the front players at all.
Shogun there, we just saw touching the ball pretty much for the first time, is the most experienced of any of the players, perhaps in this group, certainly. Past 180 caps now for the Swedish national team in a feature of the team for well over a decade now. It was Fisher going down under that challenge there of Mbabi.
Mbabi just sits in behind the front player. She's a smart player. She tries to find space, tries to pick up the loose ball, and then tries to make it into a front two when she gets a chance.
Fisher bypass this time, but again it's easy for Schmidt to defend. Good challenge that from Sembrant. Step forward, timed it well. They got width on the right-hand flank, but they've given it away again. It was Mbabi with the layoff. This is Breznik. And the first real shot on the Swedish goal after 11 minutes.
Well, she did quite well. She squared the full-back up. Full-back was wanting to shore down the line. She came inside, maybe not her strongest foot. But you always say hit the target. You never know what might happen. But goalkeeper has done very well. They're safe hands.
It's Lundgren in goal today for the Swedes. They've swapped it around again. Hammarström, we thought was going to start today, but there's obviously been a late change there. For here is Svensson. As Hammarström downfield, Shailin is through the middle, and Shailin, that's a great challenge that. And Henning did exceptionally well there to deny Lotte Shailin.
Yeah, she's working very hard, Shailin, along that front line. She's putting two defenders under great pressure, but what a great tackle. Had to make the ball, didn't connect with the ball. It was a penalty kick. Higgins here worked between the two, strong, went to ground. Keeper did well, almost picked it up, reacted, kicked the ball away. Good defender from Germany.
Josephine Henning hasn't yet made 10 caps. Is relatively new to the international team at the full level. And the free kick was conceded there. The challenge of Rolin. As Seeger goal for Germany today. Ameth Schultz. Nadine Angera is with the squad. Is Breznik. Looking for Mijag. Odebrecht. Now, these two not been that successful in this competition in recent years. Sweden and Germany, the last time they actually made it to the final. Sweden in 2009, Germany in 2006. Last time they actually won it. They both beat the USA by exactly the same margin, 4-3 on penalty kicks in the final. USA and Japan waiting potentially in the final. Well, bit of indecision at the back for the Germans, very nearly capitalised upon by Sjögren. It was Henning. For here is Mbabi betting. Well, they've almost trebled up on her now. They had quite a degree of success in the opening 10 minutes attacking down that left-hand flank. Sweden have tightened up a bit over there now. See the challenge coming in from Nila Fischer. So Bettinger is going to swing it in then here for Germany. It's a great delivery and wide by Schmidt. How on earth she didn't get a connection on that and put it into the back of the net? Perhaps you can better explain.
No, can't explain. Fantastic service in. Keeper really couldn't do very much about it. She came through, simply took her eye off the ball and just made no contact at all. Great service, good run. Just the finish was lacking. Sweden got a little bit lucky, and I feel that they've worked their way into the game in the last 5 minutes, so they'll need to shape up, certainly from set pieces. They'll look a little bit vulnerable.
Again, it's good closing down. There's good work off the ball from Germany, making life all but impossible for the Swedes to build and create anything. And it should have got forward on the overlap, and a great chance here. Well, the angle opened up for Brezhnev then.
Great pass through, wasn't it? Lovely weighted pass through. She took it beautifully. She had the speed. She got there. She just didn't make contact. You know, really it needed to go across the goalkeeper, and she didn't get the power. She didn't get the direction. Two big chances for Germany.
Well, they had 2 1-0 wins in the competition so far, but they've only managed to score 1 goal in open play.
Well, this will be a concern for the coach, because quite honestly, here we see the pass, beautifully weighted pass. She took it so well, difficult angle, but she's really, you know, you've got to drill it low. It was a lovely height for the goalkeeper. You've got to drill it along the ground, keep it low, make the keeper make a save. You know, try for the far side, inside post. She just didn't get any of that right.
Sweden are basically surviving at the moment in this game.
But I think that's the way they started off. Germany started off with much more intent. And that's a through pass, not going to reach anybody. Just need to be careful, getting back. But I think Germany have really played well. They've got the ball down, they've passed, they've created situations very well. Just the finish is missing at the moment.
Yeah, that was Mbabi once more. There's Peder, just slips it beyond Svensson. And that's going to be a free kick. There's a challenge from Nila Fischer.
Yeah, once you go to ground, you've just got to simply make contact with the ball. This is a very similar situation to the previous free kick when Germany put in great service, got a free header, and actually should have scored the first goal.
So look out again for Bianca Schmidt. Looking for a debut German goal with the national team. That's a fine save in the end. On the flight of the ball.
Almost brilliant.
Yeah.
Almost brilliant. What's this? You know, when it comes in, it's behind her. There's no chance. Very athletic. Just puts it up. Just helps it on its way. Keeper, quick feet, got across. Big hand. Strong wrist. Good save.
Mitag was who put it over. Hasn't got the greatest goal scoring record. And you look at the stats coming into the event, just 11 goals in 73 internationals as that sails over the bar before it makes the 6-yard area. That focal point has now disappeared with the retirement of Birgit Prince. Not a great clearance that either. Now they got width here. Sjögren is in space down the right if they can try and pick her out. Shailene through the middle. Jakobsen just running out of luck.
Yeah, Petter did well. She's strong down that left-hand side. She wants to go forward. Very effective once you get into that situation. There we see her working so hard to keep the ball in play. It was going to be a corner kick, and she made sure that Germany got a by ball.
Schmidt. Sembrant. Good challenge. Take away the layoff. Sembrant once again. Svensson's ball. 5 is Siga. Is Hammerström. This is where they could be in a bit of trouble. This is Mittag waiting for some support to arrive up there with her. Beringer switch flanks with Mittag. He wants the return. Mittag's got it back again. Mbabi is coming in as well. This is another very, very good move from Germany.
Yeah, Svensson did fantastically well, the right back of Sweden. Great play from Germany. Lovely pass. Mittag involved the whole way through. Here we see it. 1-2. Lovely interpass. Got there. Very unselfish. Pulled the ball back. Right back. Got across. Saved the day. Good play from Germany. Good defending from Sweden.
Yeah, we always knew this was going to be a high-quality game, and so it's proving to be here in the 2012 Algarve Cup. If you are wondering what it is you're watching this afternoon, they're going deep again, and Germany have the lead, and it is Mbabi. There she is, right in the thick of it there.
Well, they have looked threatened from set pieces, you said that, and they're very good at them. They put good service in. They attacked the ball. They should have scored at least from one set piece. They almost did from 2 other corner kicks. On that occasion, Mbabi just really rose to the far post. Wasn't challenged at all. Decent header. I'm looking at the post. The Swedes have moved both players off the line. And you've got to say, keeper left in a position. Couldn't make anything happen. Terrific header. Big first goal for Germany.
Yeah, the defender caught out was Sembrant there. And Mbabi with her 18th international goal.
Interesting to see both fullbacks, you know, the post completely vacant. You know, when they're marking that, the ball was played in, the ball wasn't cleared, they left that situation. I think you must stay in that situation until the ball is well clear. Well, if you don't, you're not doing any defending at all. On that occasion, Sweden, I felt, defended badly, didn't pick up, didn't mark the goal area, and paid the price.
Well, Sweden are going to need to summon 2 goals from somewhere here if they don't want to take part. Or 1 goal, actually, because the draw is good enough. Germany, though, in the position of advantage at the moment, but they're pressing forward, looking for another goal here. Over their heads that time of Mbabi, couldn't react to it.
I've got to say, they have played very well. 25 minutes played, and Germany have done really well from the start. Good purpose. So much energy about the side, decent passing, have created the chances. We were being critical saying that they hadn't taken any of those chances. They have now, and they're in a very good position to win this game. It's early stages. Sweden have got to work their way back into the game.
Quick take by Annika Svensson.
But you see, Sweden have done all right here. They've passed the ball about, they've shuttled, but the Germany are so well organised, they're not letting them through. And Lotta Schillen is up front. She's working so hard along the back line, looking for space, she's looking for service. They simply can't get the ball to her.
As Rolin very nearly gave it away. Is Sjögren. Shailene in front of her. It's a good turn then by Dahlqvist.
I think Sweden at the moment need a plan B. They're obviously very well coached. They like to pass the ball about. They like to play from the back. They like to play through the middle of the park. But at the moment, they're just not putting the service to the front player. The space is there. They just haven't delivered.
Mitag is on the prowl again.
He's the man with the problems. Yeah, he's got a few problems. He's not looking altogether comfortable. She's got a little smile on her face, so she must be reasonably happy with the way her team have performed the first 25, 26 minutes.
So Gosling getting forward for this. Giving away a succession of free kicks in advanced positions. Have Sweden, they've been lucky that they've only been undone once. Sofia Lundgren. And this is betting at to deliver again. Plenty forward for this. Whipped in toward that near post. Svensson getting across to make a challenge. And in the end, Caroline Seeger.
Yeah, it's not the best service in, but Seeger does well. What she does, she protects the front of the goal, the grass in front of the goalkeeper, and just made sure she got the ball away. Maybe a skim came off her, you know, when she was skimming it off the top of her foot, she got lucky.
So that was Odebrecht coming in on the back post then with that late run.
Svensson was marking her, and she's done quite well. I've been quite impressed with her defensively. She marks quite well, she covers quite well. But Sweden need to just do a little bit more on the ball. That's lovely, lovely skill. Back foot, pass through.
Jakobsen, Dahlqvist making her way into the penalty area. Stokeren in a lot of space there as well, but Annika Kran doing her job, and with the sun directly in her eyes. Decent handling from the strike from Seeger.
Yeah, Seeger did well to win the ball back in the middle of the park, but I think there was another option on the pass and hadn't got the power to really beat the goalkeeper.
Well, that's the goal scorer, bouncing off of Hammerstrom. Hasn't really got involved in the game at the moment, Jakobsen. Again, it'll fall for Hammerstrom.
It's a hopeful hit up the park. As I say, they can pass the ball, and when we've seen them pass the ball through the middle of the park, they look very effective, Sweden. But at the moment, maybe it's because Germany are so well organised, nothing allowing them to do it, but they're winning every ball very quickly back.
This is Mitag, Mbabi through the centre. This is Breznik going low this time. Very nearly fell at the feet of Odebrecht.
Good cross in. All the German forwards are gunning flat. You sometimes got a shuttle, one go near, one go far, one, you know, holding the edge of the box. Decent cross.
Schmidt once more.
They have tried to play some neat football, Germany. Lovely little 1-2s, play round the corner. They know the striker's there, and then they go for the second pass.
Nice turn that from Mitag, and Mbabi's in again. 2-0 to Germany. Too easy, and Deneby leaps up for his bench to get out and try and do something to organise his back four. They're getting opened up almost at will now.
Well, it's a combination of things, but let's take the German goal for the starters. Lovely little passing through. This was I think it was almost a shot. And you can see the reaction of Mbabi. What she did, she came onto it. The defenders were on their heels. It was blocked a little bit. It was caught between the keeper and the back four. Didn't matter to her. She came out, kept her cool, kept her calm, slid the ball home. Big second goal. Looks impressive, the girl. And this coach, happy lady.
Good to see her with a smile on her face again after the trials and tribulations of that World Cup campaign a year ago, and the stresses were really beginning to tell. Those incredible scenes that we saw, crowds of 60, 70,000, and the huge disappointment when Germany went out. There's Schmidt playing it through, and the challenge from Dahlqvist.
And she has been lively as well. I've liked the front two players for Germany. They've really been bright. They've presented themselves. They've always been available. And this is where Sweden need to be careful. They haven't been too impressive defending from these set pieces in Germany. They have been very impressive with the set pieces.
Sjögren in conversation there with Lotta Schelin. What they could do with her summoning up one of the amazing goals that she has scored in the last couple of years. This is Schmidt. And the run of Sjögren back to defend.
Well, it was worked on the training ground. It just maybe, well, you can see the wall breaking off. It was, I think it was Anlund came off the wall. He's did really, really well.
Goes short again, and this time there's an interception, and that is going to be a free kick. Captain batting up the challenge on Jakobsen.
Yeah, just a late challenge. A quick break from the Swedes, maybe served the purpose. The skipper didn't want to get in the book, but realised there wasn't big numbers back for her. She had to bring play to a stop. Needs to be careful now. No more yellow cards.
There's Hammerström. Schelin's first touch, letting her down there.
I feel sorry for her at the moment because she really has worked her socks off along the back line of Germany, trying to get behind them, trying to present herself. And she simply hasn't had service, and when she's had service, she hasn't had support. So the coach needs to look at it, and then he needs to sort of assess where he's going to go from here, because he needs a goal.
And his clearance easy to deal with, because basically Schelin has got four defenders to try and outwit down there. It's all about the quality of the ball that comes through to Sega. Beaten to it again.
Well, you'd think Sweden almost have numbers up when they pass the ball in the middle of the park, but that doesn't look to be the case at the moment. You've got to say Germany doing very well in that area.
Schmidt, as Beringer has made that move yet again, and decided to decamp over to the right-hand flank here for perhaps the remainder of the first half. Not unusual to see that happening, as Hammerström sends it downfield again. It's been a bit, again, when they've gone long, they've had precious little success. Here's Schmidt once again. Apologies if you had a temporary blip. But Germany have had no such blip here against Sweden. 2-0 they lead, and it's very comfortable at the moment. Sweden were the ones, remember, who had the advantage at the start of play today. They were the ones that only needed a draw. Now Schelin with something to run onto. And they're taking no chances at the back here. Grant putting it wide for a corner.
Yeah, quite right. No ceremony at all. Knew she just had to get her foot to the ball, was almost falling over. And again, Lottie Schellin trying so hard to play in between the two centre backs. Important time for Sweden. You know, they really need to get the next goal. I think it's very important for them. One just before half time might be just about right.
So that was Charlotte Rowling. This is going to be Hammerstrom, sends it high. And again, almost inevitably, the free kick is conceded. Wallop downfield again, and just possession simply conceded. Back they come though with Bresnik.
She's had a lot of the ball down this right-hand side, Bresnik. And once or twice she's been very effective. Run at the full back, squared her up and put in a decent cross. Once or twice she's just lost concentration.
I was reading some of the press in the days building up to this game, and the mood was not great back in Germany at the position that Germany found themselves in, needing to get this victory over Sweden. There's a sense or a feeling that things need to change, rather in the way that they have done with the men's national team, and there needs to be something of a plan for the future. They're seeing. We've got Japan down here, and we've got the USA down here. Again, plenty of familiar names with the USA, including your favourite, Alex Morgan, who's in there.
Yeah, a fantastic player, isn't she?
And there's a feeling, there was a bit of a feeling that they may be just beginning to get left behind. It's rolling. This is Dahlqvist. Sjögren back to Sembrant. Scherin trying to get it moving with Sega. But this time.
No, but that's better from Sweden. Better passing, better service. The both front players tried to link up with one another. Much more purpose and certainly a little bit more energy.
Batting it, who's these days with Frankfurt, is Schellin. Again, plenty to do for Schellin. She's finding the going tough out there today. 17 is Odebrecht. And this is Schmidt. Had a great first half so far as Mbabi. She's on a hat-trick, looking for a 20th goal at international level with the German national team. Well, they can just literally relax now, Germany.
Well, I think they have. They've taken their foot off the pedal, and I think they need to be careful because they were playing at such a high tempo. I think it disturbed Sweden, and Sweden couldn't get their passing game going. They couldn't supply to the front player. And at the moment, they've really done well, Germany, so they now need to keep playing at that tempo. I think they need to keep moving the ball. The 2-goal cushion, I think the next goal is absolutely crucial.
Now, Schellin stopped her run then.
Well, that'll give them a little bit of encouragement. It's the first time they've really looked menacing with 2 yellow shirts forward, and the German defenders at odds with one another. So maybe that's what the coach will pick up at half-time and try and build in that. But this is where they need to press. The Germans have been pressing high up. It's made life very difficult for Sweden playing the ball out. Germany, they've had that luxury of having more time to pass the ball forward.
So overcooking it a bit there, Bresnik. Marcus Schmidt certainly is one of that new generation that we've seen coming through some of these Youth World Cups over the last few years, just 22 years of age. And if you followed the women's game over the years and the coverage that we've given it here on Eurosport, we'll just wait and see what happens here. It's a good run again. Mbabi and Mitag looking very dangerous in those positions. Here's Seeger. 18 is Nila Fischer.
I think that's part of Sweden's problems when they do intercept like that. The passing's a bit pedestrian and the white shirts get back very quickly and make life very difficult for them to get through.
Well, I think for many people it'll be the first time they've seen Sweden since the glorious World Cup campaign that brought them so close last year. And this performance has been little like the ones that we saw last year. This is Sembrant. And there's Svensson. And Seeger with that little run. Well, she just stopped that run off the ball. She started to make a move and then just stopped in her tracks, and it goes easily through to Alma Schult.
Yeah, final third's been poor. They've got themselves once or twice into decent positions and just haven't taken any benefit from it. You know, I would take nothing away from Germany. I do think it's been a very good performance from them. They've set their stall out. They're going to press very high. They're not going to let Sweden pass the ball out from the back. They're certainly not going to let them play through the middle of the park, which stopped the service to front players. So really the way Sweden have played hasn't been terrific, but you've got to give a lot of credit to the way Germany have set their stall out.
Seeger into Sjögren. Schelling makes the little darting run. Jakobsen is coming in now. If she can get the ball across to her, which she can't.
Henning did well. Great skill from the centre forward. I think she's smart. You know, I really do think a lot of Schelling works so hard. You can see she's a sweet touch. She knows how to make a little step over to earn a little bit of space, and Henning did well to stay with her. Actually got the by ball out of it.
Reznik. First touch was a bit heavy, but situation recovered well. As Rolin, as Schmidt racing off.
Yeah, just over 2 minutes of regulation play left in the first half. An important time for Sweden. As I say, the next goal could be absolutely crucial. You feel if Germany got a third one, I don't think Sweden would come back. It would need a serious team talk at half-time. But if Germany do get the third, then you can sense that they could go on and win the game very comfortably after that. They'd be in the final.
There's Kran. Here they come again. Well, they slow things down once again. There's Svensson. Into Schelling. Jakobsen is at the near post. And put out of play by Gosling.
Yeah, she's defended well there. She went to ground. She's got a toe end to it. But they have defended rather well, Germany. Very well organised, very disciplined, very basic, but very effective.
Sylvie Knight will be very happy with this first 45 minutes here. This is the side that have been really struggling for goals in the opening two games against significantly lesser opposition, but they've raised their game here. And it goes to Jakobsen again. Schelling winning it, and then Germany clearing it. And Mitag over the halfway line. That should find its way back to Lundgren. Mbabi lets it roll. Bresenik. Mitag making ground. Bresenik looking for the outlet. Benninger wasn't there. 17 is Odebrecht. This is Babette Peter. Sembrant. Now once again, can Sweden move this ball forward quickly? There's Schelling. Sjögren. Schelling has sprinted off. She's looking for an outlet down the right-hand flank. Jakobsen's coming. But it is too late. That had the potential then to be a good move back for the Swedes. And the half-time whistle goes before it has a chance to reach a conclusion. That is the player of the first half. Mbabi with 2 goals as Germany lead Sweden by 2-0 here at half-time, which is enough to see them go into the final plate a little bit later on this week, where they will face either the USA or the world champions Japan. So under the cloudless blue skies then, what has Deneby got to do? Can he turn this around, do you think?
Well, he's got a lot of work. Yeah, he can always turn it around, but he's got a lot of work to do, and I think he has to change his policy just a little bit. I think he's got to play a little bit quicker to the front. He's got to support the front a bit quicker. But I think Germany have played ever so well the first half. Technically very good, pressed high, good in the middle of the park, defensively solid, and they've taken 2 of their 4 or 5 chances.
Okay, we'll take a short commercial break. Do join us again in a couple of minutes. Welcome back then from me, Tim Cable, and from Brian Hamilton here. It is Germany that lead the Swedes by a couple of goals to 0 here in the final group game in this, the Algarve Cup. Let's have a look at some of the highlights and what was a rampantly dominant performance from Germany in that first half. Dominated every area of the pitch, all of the possession. And more importantly, they scored the 2 goals, which is something they've had a big problem with in the build-up in recent days. Here we go, right from the start. Set plays, they proved problematic. That was Schmidt coming in.
Yeah, I think they've been very dangerous from set pieces. Sweden really haven't come to terms with it. They've put their body in the line once or twice, but as you'll see as we get through, here's another one coming in. And the run from the far post is the one, but there's decoy runs going near, taking yellow shirts with them. And at the end of the day, Svensson did so well. She's been good on Mbabi. She's really held the ball up well, been clever. And
this is Breznik here.
Yeah, Breznik did well. Came inside on her weaker left foot, and you know she was destined to have a shot. And she squared the full back up. The full back then go down the line, and you can see it bouncing. But the keeper kept her eye on it. Did ever so well.
Bit of Swedish action at the other end of the field involving Lotte Schelin. You've got to say both Henning and Kran have done particularly well against the threat, the considerable threat of Lotte Schelin.
I felt sorry for her a little bit. I think she's a very willing girl. Here's a great set piece in. I don't know how this one was missed.
That was Schmidt, wasn't it?
Yeah, got right in, wasn't picked up, and just seemed to take her eye off it at the last moment. She'll see that as a chance gone. Great service, I've got to say. Really difficult for the keeper. It needs to be dealt with by defenders. They didn't do it.
Again, that combination between Mbabi and Mittag opening it up again, this time for Breznik.
Yes, yeah, it was a great move. And you're looking at the final part. She did ever so well to get into position to go in. Here's the chance now, came in. This was great skill,
you know. Mittag, wasn't it?
Yeah, lovely skill, but a good save. Keeper, very quick feet, kept their eye on the ball, strong wrist, got the ball away.
So 19 minutes of domination, and still we hadn't had a goal until we got here. Well, that one just went wide.
That was the build-up.
That was the build-up.
Very similar to the goal. Well, we'll see the goal, the second goal. And the same players involved, Mittag and Mbabi. They do work so well together. We can see the combination play. Very unselfish. Svensson does well there. Comes across from the right back position and really defends well. This is a goal.
Great jump that from Mbabi. But Sembrat didn't do particularly well here. You can see it backing, and then she didn't jump.
Well, defensively, I don't know what they're doing. They're all over the place. There's nobody on the line. It's a decent header, but all you've got to do is defend the goals. You put 2 people, one on either post, and one of them might have been able to deal with it. And that was the closest Sweden came to a strike and threatening with the goalkeeper. She has had a very comfortable first half. Did ever so well to get there, and Caroline Seeger, and then it was just a straightforward into the middle of the goalkeeper's stomach.
There again, great, wasn't it? The anticipation there from Mbabi off of Mitag's.
Her reaction.
It was a shot, wasn't it?
But it was a shot, but it's how well do you react? You see the defenders on their heels, keepers on the line. Maybe keeper could have been 2-3 yards off her line just to sort of deal with that situation. It was caught, there was a deflection, slowed it down, but her reaction was terrific. And what was nice about her, she kept so calm, so composed, and just slot the ball home.
Well, there we are. As you can see, the sun is shining here down on the Algarve. We're going to take another short break. When we return, we'll have the second half live. And we'll find out just what the Swedes are indeed made of. Whether Deneby can actually instill the belief in his team that they can turn it around. Stick with us. We'll be back in a couple of minutes' time.